What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. I know you guys could probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, definitely gonna want to see this one, as we got that Fox News The 5 host Jessica Tarlov back at it again. Seems like her Trump derangement syndrome's got her living in that false reality once again in this newest segment, and she is tiptoeing and dancing on that fine line of getting kicked off the network, guys. I'm excited to get into this one, so we're not straight into it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
All right, Jessica, it's been 2 weeks. Is Kamala Harris going to get a third shot in 2028 from the Democrats?
I would doubt it. I mean, this is usually how it goes. I mean, she's top of mind for everyone. She just ran. I think it's probably more likely, and they're sniffing around the possibility of her running for California governor than coming back to do this. But I think that the 2028 primary is going to be full of very interesting characters with a lot of good stuff to run on. And you saw that at the DNC. People like Josh Shapiro, Gretchen Whitmer, Wes Moore, Gavin Newsom, people with great executive experience and records to show off. What I did think was interesting to see today, so Dan Osborne, who was the independent candidate in Nebraska, running against Deb Fischer, he narrowly lost. A union leader, a Navy veteran, someone who wouldn't associate with either party at all, just launched a new group to get more working class candidates on the ballot. And I think that that's the kind of energy that'll be really good for the Democratic Party.
I'd be surprised to see if Kamala Harris could even, get elected in as governor of California. I mean, at this point, people have seen what she can do. I would like to see how she fares in an actual real primary.
Greg, do we think that they will learn anything about this deep dive to the left, or will they run another San Francisco liberal?
No, that's an excellent question, Katie. I am curious to see what an actual Democrat sounds like. I don't care what they look like.
I'm right here.
You are. But if you care about what they look like, then you're still the problem. If you say, well, look, she's black, she's gay, she's female, she's trans, she's left-handed, she's a redhead, fine, nominate Rachel Levine. But people want competence, they want common sense, they want centrism, they want some wisdom, some power with empathy. And for that, you're going to have to bury identity politics. The goal with the identity politics was to elevate specific groups that would then bind them together as a unified coalition, a melting pot without the melting. That was the problem. Turns out elevating the self doesn't pay the bills. People start to feel excluded when you see who you include. And there are more commonalities between different groups, believe it or not, than between people of one group. There's actually data on that, and I'd love to share it with you, but it's boring. I think the perfect candidate should also do something that almost none of them do on the left, which is assume the best and not the worst intentions of the opposition. Meaning, you can tell us we're wrong, but don't tell us we're evil. Yeah, I think this has been the fatal flaw for the last, 2 decades. You're not just wrong, you're evil, and then that means we can demonize you, we can call you Hitler, we can call you Nazis. All these methods of demonization are on the table. I feel great when people tell me I'm wrong. I like it when they explain it to me. I know I can be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not evil. Unlike Jesse, who is evil.
Or Shannon Bream.
But not wrong.
Greg Gutfeld, great point. He's laying it all out there, saying sometimes, different groups can have a lot more in common than people within the same exact group. And that's what we found when Kamala Harris was trying to, pit us against our neighbor. That whole, campaign just seemed like it was divisive, telling us that we were more different than we were alike. And we could look and see that our neighbor was going through the same exact struggles that we are.
Well, I'm sad to know my left-handed political capital is gone now. Apparently, that really is not great for me. But Jesse, wouldn't this be good for Republicans if they decided to run her again?
I hope they do run her again, but the Democrats don't usually renominate losers. That's what Republicans usually do.
I'm honestly hoping they run her. If they run her again, I mean, it's an easy win come 2028. We all knew it.
But the Democrats don't usually renominate losers. That's what Republicans usually do. It's just not in their history. But she's on vacation. She's going to Hawaii with Doug. They're probably looking at the numbers and they're pumped. They're popping bottles. But I wouldn't get too excited because could she ever even win a primary? I don't know if
That's a
she
great
could.
question.
If you were a donor, would you give money to the Harris campaign again? After they just took it and gave it to Oprah and Al Sharpton and didn't go on Rogan? Hell no. I wouldn't go near it. Plus, even Bill Clinton said that they're probably not going to run another woman again. And that really hurts. Katie Curry bothers me because same thing. She's all critical after the fact.
Exactly.
What good is that? This is when you should have been critical during this whole election, because people do listen. That's what you have primaries for. Even around this table, we'll be like, did Trump really need to say she ain't black? Or did Trump really have to go 5.5 hours at the RNC? And he listens, and you get better. The Democrats haven't had an open primary for a long time. They haven't had media criticism. They've had a cover-up. So that's why they didn't see this result coming. It's going to be good. Next time, you'll have an open primary. Everybody will be just taking shots. They'll be taking shots at each other, and you'll have a nice, healthy process. That's how it's supposed to work in a democracy, Jessica. And I believe that Newsom has the inside track.
Yeah.
And not just because of his hair, because he can raise a lot of money. He's a tall white guy, which they need. Not my words, their words. And
Okay. I'm not sure.
I'm going to stop there.
I'm not sure, guys.
Jesse Waters coming with crazy points, but he's spot on where he's saying, I would like to see how, Kamala Harris fares in an open primary. We can see the statistics are showing that 40% of those on the left are still want her to run again in 2028. Let's see how she does in an open primary. I mean, the donors just seen her waste over $1 billion, bankrupting her campaign finances all the way to negative $20 million. I would like to see who's donating to her next time around.
I'm not sure Gavin Newsom is a good representative for the working class, Judge, but he certainly does have a lot of political capital.
I think the issue in this segment is whether or not a failed presidential candidate can run for president and win.
Twice failed.
And the answer is yes, but she is no Donald Trump. Okay, and that's the guy who ran, lost, and ran and won.
Biden
so
too,
the
though.
but the big question is Biden. All right, but the big question is, the more she was on the campaign trail, the worse she became. The more we saw of her, everybody was so happy when she first came out because she wasn't Joe Biden, because she could actually walk on a stage and, actually maneuver herself. But, we don't know what the world's going to be like in 4 years. So I don't know if we can predict who's going to be ahead. I mean, I think right now with Kamala Harris at 41%, it's because her name is out there right now. What they don't show in this is that the next candidate, the next highest candidate at 16% is unsure. So people, I think, are looking for someone else. And, Gavin Newsom at 8%, I mean, he never got involved in Kamala's race. And he was preserving himself, and she's still beating him as of today, but that's really today. And in the end, I think the Dems have to really analyze themselves and what they did. I don't know if they can sit there and say, let's see if we can get the working class back. No, you have to go to where the working class are right now. They're not going to come to you because they're not buying what you're selling. They're not into this elitist, even the concept of, paying Hollywood elites to show up as though they're going to convince Americans that this is the right person to vote for. It didn't work with Hillary, and it didn't work with Kamala. So, I mean, everything about how they're thinking is not really relevant to what Americans are thinking, especially working Americans who are hungry and who have never before, I believe, felt as distanced from the Democrat Party, and for good reason, as they do right now.
We shall see. We're already talking about 2028. Thought that was banned until January.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Judge Jeanine coming out, calling it how it is. I feel like she's always calling the balls and the strikes fairly well, no matter which side you're playing for. She's saying, the left's got some serious improvements, changes to be made around there. The whole identity politics, the woke narrative agenda they've been trying to push is just simply push folks away from their party. In order to get the working class back, they're going to have to do some major revamping over there, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you did enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.